They once called him fragile. They laughed at the idea that he could ever live up to his price tag. They even said his career was already finished. But today, under the golden lights, with the world watching, Ousmane Dembélé stands tall, holding the Ballon d'Or in his hands. The trophy every footballer dreams of. The prize no one ever thought he could win. Ousmane Dembélé was born on May 15, 1997 in Vernon, a small town in northern France. His parents had roots in Mauritania and Mali, hard-working immigrants who dreamed of a better life for their son. From the very beginning, Ousmane's world revolved around one thing: football. He wasn't the strongest kid, nor the most disciplined in school. But when he had a ball at his feet, he transformed. Day and night he dribbled on the streets, danced past older boys, and imagined himself under the bright lights of Europe's biggest stadiums. His mother would often tell him, "Football can take you places that school cannot, but only if you respect it." At just 13, his life took a turn. He was rejected by several academies for being too skinny, too weak. Many thought he'd never make it professionally. But Dembélé refused to stop dreaming. His chance finally came when Rennes spotted his talent. There, among players stronger and taller than him, he stood out with his flair, his speed, and his magical dribbling. By 2015, he was promoted to Rennes' first team. He was only 18. In his debut season, he scored 12 goals and instantly caught the attention of scouts around Europe. Borussia Dortmund wasted no time. They saw a gem, and they wanted him. At Dortmund, Ousmane exploded. Suddenly, the football world couldn't stop talking about him. His dribbles were unpredictable, his acceleration devastating, and his creativity breathtaking. Alongside players like Aubameyang, he lit up the Bundesliga, helping Dortmund win the German Cup in 2017. At just 20 years old, he was considered one of the brightest prospects in the world. And then came the call that would change everything: Barcelona. The Catalan giants had just lost Neymar to PSG in a world record transfer. They needed a replacement, someone who could carry the weight of that missing piece. Barcelona paid over 100 million euros for Dembélé, one of the most expensive transfers in football history at the time. But what was supposed to be the dream move quickly turned into a nightmare. In his very first season, he tore his hamstring. Surgery followed, then another injury, then another. It became a cycle: recover, return, break down again. The headlines were brutal. Flop. Fans turned against him. Critics mocked his lifestyle, claiming he wasn't professional, that he was wasting his talent. At one point, it felt like the whole world had given up on him. But Dembélé never gave up on himself. Through the darkest nights of rehab, when loneliness and doubt crept in, he remembered why he started. He remembered the streets of Vernon, the voice of his mother, and the dream he had as a boy. He rebuilt his body, strengthened his mindset, and slowly began to rise again. When Barcelona needed him most, he delivered moments of brilliance, dazzling dribbles, unstoppable runs, goals that reminded everyone of the talent they once fell in love with. Still, injuries haunted him, and consistency seemed impossible. So when Paris Saint-Germain came calling, many thought he was finished. But in Paris, surrounded by stars, Ousmane found something he had been missing: stability, freedom, and trust. Under the spotlight of the Parc des Princes, he became more than just a winger. He became a leader. Alongside Mbappé, he tormented defenses in Ligue 1 and the Champions League. He matured, cutting out the noise, dedicating himself fully to the game. No longer was he the fragile boy who couldn't stay fit. He was now the unstoppable man who could decide games on his own. And in 2025, the football world finally crowned his journey. Against all odds, Ousmane Dembélé was named the Ballon d'Or winner. From a skinny boy rejected by academies, to a young star dazzling Dortmund, to the fragile winger mocked at Barcelona, to the man who rose again in Paris. This is more than just a football story. This is the story of resilience, the story of how failure can become fuel, the story of how Ousmane Dembélé turned pain into power, doubt into destiny. Today he is no longer fragile. He is no longer mocked. He is a legend, etched into football history forever. This is the story of Ousmane Dembélé, and this is Goal and Glory, where football's greatest legends come alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next unforgettable journey.